How's it going, guys? JP here. Welcome back to Body Bags. This is week number 67, and the theme this week is Gore, picked by Steve. So films that feature gore heavily in them. And I decided to go with something a little bit different this time, and I went with a documentary. And the reason I picked this documentary is because it specifically is about makeup effects and gore. So I thought it was a nice little fit. And the film that I'm talking about is Fantastic Flesh, The Art of Makeup Effects. So, this film came out in the year 2008. It was produced for the Stars channel, I believe. It has a lot of big names in it, like Tarantino, Romero, Roth, Eli Roth, Frank Darabont, John Carpenter, Mick Garris, Robert Rodriguez, Wes Craven, John Landis. The list goes on and on. Of course, it has a lot of the makeup effects guys like Dick Smith and of course Tom Savini, the KMB guys, Nicotero, just, you know, pretty much the kind of who's who. I mean, there's a few people that I noticed that were not part of this documentary, but it was definitely cool to see a lot of these guys share their stories, and it seemed like they all kind of had you know, I thought this was really cool, but it seems like the makeup effects guys are all very friendly, and there's not very much, you know, like competition. They seem like a brotherhood almost, and I thought that was really neat. So this is only about 60 minutes long, and that is probably the worst thing about this, is it's just barely scratching the surface. I mean, they talk about, they waste a little bit of time talking about like the Chronicles of Narnia and effects that I really don't care about too much. I mean, it's still interesting because it still is really, really neat what they're able to do. But, you know, I'm a horror guy. I want to see the horror stuff. So once they start getting into the more, you know, horror type stuff, I definitely was enjoying it more. And it's just, they don't get into it enough. It's only 58 minutes long. They barely touch on certain things, but they talk about like the Howling and American Werewolf in London. They don't really go into how the effect is pulled off a lot of times. It's mainly just about the story of the situation and stuff like that. But you know, that I feel like with this thing could have been 3 hours long, and you really could have got into in depth in like the art and the craft, and that would have been nice. It's just so brief, and it's just a run through, but it still is interesting the whole time. And overall, I do recommend checking it out. It's a lot of fun, but they need to do a follow-up to this, or they need to expand on this documentary, because there's so much more to tell. And I do like, even like every little thing that they was talking about, they only touched it briefly. Like when they start talking about the early days of effects, like with the original Frankenstein, like I want to know more about that, you know. And it's just they barely touch on it, and that's with everything because it's so short. So yeah, but still very, very awesome. And I give it about a 6 out of 10. And the 6 is such a low rating simply because they don't cover enough. So yeah, that's about it, guys. See you guys next time with another review. Thank you for watching, and peace out.